Hey guys, Wellen Customs here, and today we are taking a look at the Figuarts Avengers Infinity War Thanos. And I do have the Marvel Legends one, which I will compare it with this one, but this one looks pretty tempting. Here's the back of it. Looks pretty interesting. Side, let's open them up. Alright, so here's Thanos out of the box, but first off, let's take a look at his accessories. Alright, so quickly going to the hands right now, he has two different sets of hands for each arm right here. Actually three for this one. But these two over here are open palmed hands. Very similar, but a little bit different. Different gestures. This one, the hand is a little bit more curved. This is a little bit more flatter. Over here, you do have a snapping finger one, which is pretty nice to have. In the movie, he did snap the fingers with his gloved hand, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. Going to the gloved hands, though, pretty nice. Same thing. Both are open palmed, but a little bit different gestures. This one is a little bit more of a gripping hand. Not really, but his fingers are bent in a little bit, while this one's more of an open palm one. So right here he is with the two fist hands. Pretty self-explanatory, they look nice, no problems there. Next up right here we have one that's really relaxed and open. This one has the curved fingers, so you have a lot of different possibilities on how you want to pose him, different hand gestures, which is really nice to have. And next up right here you do have the snapping finger one, which I like a lot actually. It's pretty fun to have him just posing there, snapping his fingers. Now as for head sculpts, he does have three different head sculpts. This one, he has kind of a smirk on it, which is nice. He also has a pretty neutral one right here, which is pretty good as well. And he has a nice angry one, which you definitely need to have on Thanos. And the last possible combination of different heads and hands is this one right here when he's about to throw the moon at Iron Man. Definitely looks pretty cool. So you definitely have a lot of different possibilities of different options in posing this guy. So you shouldn't have any problems, and you definitely will have a lot of fun. Alright, so just taking a look at the figure himself, I like it a lot. It's really clean, which I don't mind. I don't mind a clean figure. I know some people thought it was too clean, this outfit from Figuarts, but it looks really nice, so I'm not blaming anything on that. The blues look fantastic. The gold looks fantastic as well. Very shiny, very nice matte on the blue as well. It looks really good. The texture on it is pretty nice, I have to admit. Very clean paintwork, no complaints at all, in my opinion, for at least my copy. Going down. Like I said, I know a lot of people wish it was a little bit more weathered or something like that, but hey, you could have a clean outfit, it's fine with me. But the gold is just really nice. Shines nicely, very bright. And we'll get into the Gauntlet in a couple seconds, but yeah, just taking a look at the figure himself. The black is nice and shiny, nice gloss black. Now I know a lot of people were complaining that there isn't enough shading on this figure. While I understand their point of view, I do disagree with them because there is shading on the character, on the figure itself. You do see it in the muscles right there, and the sculpt is so good that when light shines on it, it really brings out all the detail itself. I mean, just look at the head sculpt as well. Not a lot of shading on it, just a little bit, but when the light hits in certain corners, the sculpt does its work, man. It brings out the shadows, to bring out the shading, if you want to call it that. But that's that's what shading is. Just bringing out details to make basically like artificial shadowing on the sculpting. But I do think it's pretty good. He does have really good sculpts all over his body and face that you can see the nice details. Alright, so really quickly, I want to take a look at all the different head sculpts and all the details, because they're really nice. They're actually really good. The eyes, some people thought it was a little bit too puny looking, but they are there. You do see the eyelids, the eyeballs, and the pupils, so it's pretty nice. Definitely fantastic looking. And you can definitely see, the detail is great, the shading is very light, but the sculpting is so good that, like I said, natural light alone will do the work that people want for shading. Alright, next up again, now here is his angry face. Looks really good. The teeth look fantastic as well. Yeah, no complaints. You can see all the wrinkles from when he's grinding his teeth like that, or making that frown. Very angry looking. Zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, look at all that detail. Insane. Just insane. I think I get surprised that people are just like, they criticize a lot, but they don't really take the time to really take a look at the detail. Very nice. And his last head sculpt right here is the one with the smirk, which I like a lot. He should be a happy guy. He's the baddest man on the planet, trying to save the universe, right? from his point of view. So, alright, going straight to articulation right now, he does have a ball joint head on a hinge and on a peg, so it definitely has a lot of articulation in the neck right there. So you do have the ball peg, you do have another one at the base right there, and you do have the base at the neck. So he actually does have pretty decent articulation, so it could go up about that high like that, and it could go down pretty far, pretty decent. Left and right, pretty good. Tilting also, you are a little bit restricted from the collar right here, but it's not horrible. Alright, so next up I want to tackle the shoulder joint, which is really good actually. I like it a lot. So let's try to get inside there and look at that. So he has a pretty standard SH Figuarts shoulder joint where there is a hinge and a pivot basically at the ball of the shoulders right there. Also inside of the body right there, so you have a lot of range from that, which is really nice and really good. The black part over here of his outfit actually does act like a butterfly joint too, but it's really good and has a lot of range as well. So it goes up and down like that, so you don't get that gap look like that. So it's pretty nice. You can cover it up, which is pretty fantastic, and also goes inward too, a little bit outward, so it definitely have a lot of range right there. Now he does not have a bicep swivel, but with SH Figuarts you're pretty used to this by now. The ball joint and the hinge at the shoulder is pretty good. It has a lot of range, so it kind of makes up for it, honestly, so it's not that bad. It's still pretty good. I know a lot of people would like to have a bicep joint, but they do a pretty good job on the shoulder that it doesn't really bother me that much. He does have 2 points at the elbow right there that goes up about past 90 degrees, so it's pretty fantastic. His wrist articulation is pretty standard. They have the hinge, they have the swivel, but the one in the Gauntlet, however, does have an added feature that you could stick out the peg like that. It is on purpose. I know a lot of people thought it was broken or loose or something, but it is on purpose because when you bring in his wrist up like that, it gives a little bit more range for posing purposes. I know a lot of people might not even use it. I think it really depends on like the angle you're going to use it on too, because it could look weird. I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of weird sometimes, but you don't have to extend it that far as well. Maybe bring it in a little bit, but yeah, you do get the added range to bring his fist all the way in, basically. So you don't want to bring it out all the way, but just enough so it still looks pretty normal looking. Alright, moving on, the upper ab joint right here, he does have a ball joint that goes back barely at all. It goes forward just a little bit, pretty non-existent to be honest. It does swivel a little bit left and right, not that much, but it does pivot a lot, so you do have that, which is pretty nice. Now going to the bottom of the ab joint by the waist, when you bring it all together, it still doesn't give you a great ab joint crunch, but going back is a little bit better, which is nice. It also doesn't really want to swivel kind of tight, so you're going to do all of your pivoting at the upper part right there and turning. It does give a little bit wiggle for a pivot though, but honestly all the articulation will be coming from the top one right there. Then going down to the hips, he has T-jointed hips, and they go down a little bit right there, SH Figuarts style, to give you more movement. I know a lot of people had problems with theirs, where when they would bring it up, their ball joint would pop out. I haven't had that problem yet, so maybe theirs is loose or they're really aggressive with it. I had no idea, but mine has not done that yet, so I'm pretty happy. Split-wise, there you go right there. 1 point at the knee right here, which is fine. You know, it goes a nice 90-degree angle, so no complaints there. Now at the boot, he does have a hinge that goes up and goes down just a little bit. His toe does move, and he does have a pivot at the ankle, so it's pretty good, not bad. Not the greatest range, but he's a big guy, so even though it's a little small for him, it's still enough overall. Size comparison time, so here he is with the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Thanos from the movie. You know, it really comes down to your preference, which one you like better. They're both pretty good. I don't mind both of them. Obviously this one is bigger, this one is a little bit smaller and slimmer. This one basically is doing a dirty bulk, if you know what that is, and this one is straight up all ripped muscle. You know, look at it like that. But here they are side by side in different sizes. When it comes to color, you know, it really comes down to your preference again, which one you like. This one probably is a little bit more movie accurate, I guess, when it comes to color. The Gauntlet was a little bit more bronze looking, which is pretty nice. This is more gold, of course. He has more gold on him overall, which is fine. I think it looks really nice. It really pops, which is great. He is a little bit shorter, which I don't mind too. You know, he's still huge. Doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. But yeah, they definitely are two different sizes. Now, which one do I prefer more? I had to say, when I first got this one, I thought I was fine with this. I think he was nice. He's big. He's menacing looking. He's really intimidating looking. The head sculpt is whatever. I don't mind the smile. I mean, we only had one head sculpt on this, obviously, but I didn't mind it really. But now that I have this, man, this one is just a lot better. And you know, it's funny because price point wise, you had to get the whole set to get this one. Well, this is like $100. Now he's coming back out in a 3-pack with different colors, 2 head sculpts. So it really comes down to which one you want. Really, they're both not bad. He has pretty decent articulation anyway on this one, and with the new one that you do get 2 hands. You get 2 head sculpts, so I think it'll be fine either way. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this one a lot better. You do have more posability with this one. Not saying this one is bad, but yeah, like I said, it comes down to whatever your price range is, what you value more, because you do get 2 other figures with the new 3-pack of this. But yeah, I had to say right now off the bat, this one is the one I prefer more. And next up right here, continuing the Thanos size comparison, here is the older Build-A-Figure of the comic book version of Thanos right here. Now for another size comparison, here he is with the Marvel Legends Thor figure right here, and this is the SH Figuarts Hulk from Age of Ultron, which I like a lot. I think this is, my personal opinion, this is my favorite Hulk figure. I love the sculpt, articulation, the durability, and the quality control is awesome on this. But it's really similar. Like, this is one of the first times where I really came used to the non-bicep swivel on the figure. So I knew that when getting this figure, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. But other than that, here they are side by side. You know, even though he is smaller compared to the Marvel Legends one, like I said before, still is pretty big, pretty decent size. I don't have any complaints that he's not crazy huge. I mean, he is supposed to be smaller than the Hulk as well, so I have no problems there at all. Next up right here, we have some Guardians. We have Star-Lord, and we have Drax right here from the Marvel Legends series. Like I said before, I don't mind the height. Looks pretty good. And for another size comparison right here, we have Proxima Midnight, and we have Loki right there, the newer version of Loki. Size-wise, not bad. You know, I think Thanos should be a little bit taller than her, but she was a huge girl, so whatever. And since we're in the realm of movie figures, I'm going to throw in the Mafex Batman and Superman from the Justice League series. Looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty nice. And for another size comparison, here is Captain America and Iron Man from the Infinity War movie of Marvel Legend. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not a big fan of the Cap, to be honest, but here it is right there. And for another size comparison, here is Captain America and Iron Man, both comic book versions next to this Thanos. I think it matches pretty well. I don't think you have a problem mixing and matching these characters, even though one is movie and the other comic book. And just to round out the comparisons, we have the Marvel Legends Doctor Strange and Thor figure from the 3-pack of Marvel Legends. Alright, before I end the video, I just want to take a look at the Gauntlet finally up close and personal, and it is fantastic looking. I know it's not movie accurate compared to the one from Marvel Legends, and you know, it's supposed to be more bronze, but the gold is just so nice looking. You can't deny how nice it looks. It's just so shiny. The sculpting on it is fantastic as well. And the Infinity Stones. Those are really nice Infinity Stones compared to the one from Marvel Legends. Alright, here they are side by side, the Marvel Legends Gauntlet with the SH Figuarts Gauntlet. Now, it really comes down to your opinion and really how much you care about it. Movie-wise, this one has more accuracy to the Gauntlet because of the color. It is a little more bronze. But if you're just looking at it as a Gauntlet point of view, man, this one is just far more superior. It looks really nice. Look at the Infinity Stones themselves. On this one, it literally looks like they took individual gems and they glued it on separately. This one is a sculpt and they painted over it. That's how it looks, you know. But like I said, not horrible. I mean, I don't know how the new one will look like from the 3-pack. Maybe they might improve on the paintwork. Who knows? But putting them side by side like this, you know which one's far more superior. Alright guys, so that basically is it. You know, I have to say, it is fantastic. You know, when I first had this Marvel Legends one, I thought I was content with it. Now that I have this one, I'm not gonna lie, this is far more superior. This isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but now you see a different level. I love the size, I love the articulation, I love the fact that you can bring his shoulders down, kind of have him in a relaxed look that he does have a lot of times in the movie. Just, I don't know, just really good the way they portrayed him, the way they were able to bring out all the detail on him as well. Just a really nice figure overall. Color-wise, you know, he might not be as accurate as he should be in the movie, but come on, that's nitpicking. It is fantastic, this figure. Now, a couple small things back here I didn't talk about. Back here is a soft plastic, really nice and durable, but it's really pliable, so you won't have any problems of articulation or anything like that. So that's pretty nice. Like I said before, I know a lot of people kind of had some problems with theirs and quality control, like their leg would pop out. Mine hasn't yet, thankfully, so I don't know. Like I said, maybe they're too aggressive with it or work it out too much. I have no idea. I know people didn't like the fact that there wasn't enough shading. I think it's pretty good. I have no complaints there. There is some shading. The sculpting is fantastic. That really makes the shadows pop a lot for the scope, so I see no problems there. Alright, so other than that, guys, that's about it. I hope this video was helpful and you enjoyed it. And other than that, guys, like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go to wildandcustoms.com. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up.